Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our YouTube chit chat once again. Guys, there are two pertinent issues that I feel it's time we talk about them. In fact, we call it the decoding of IAMMARWA's message to the YouTubers. And number two, understanding or the effect of its GINTU features in as matter as legal redress in court. What does it portend to its GINTU survival when it comes to content creation? Because all the two informations ensued from IAMMARWA's live. The reasons why I'm doing this is always to tame all the misconstruing information that are emanating from the naysayers, because they did it for quite substantial time. But it landed on my table, then I want to dissect them then to a palatable pieces that you can consume. And that is the main reasons why I'm here. So guys, if you want to know what future portends to its GINTU going forward in as far as content creation vis-a-vis the legal battle that is facing in court. And number two, decoding IAMMARWA's message in as far as content creation of the Nyabo Anze, of anybody doing content creations going forward vis-a-vis the sponsorship. So all this information, we are going to unravel them at the progression stages of this video. So if you know and you are interested to get the meaning and to be helped to decode the information so that you understand and we put them into perspective, therefore this video is for you. And if you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly click at the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. And let's dive in straight away lest we forget. Guys, as we speak today, IAMMARWA put in a statement and information about the legal battle is facing among the villagers in Nyabo Anze. Specifically, we know of one case that's already progressed to court, and the subsequently 3 hearings has already been made. It is case about its GINTU. Well, IAMMARWA refrained discussing the merits and demerits of the case, because that one would warrant what we call the sub judice, because a matter that's already before the competent jurisdiction of a competent judge or a competent court. Therefore, we should cease describing it. Not only talking about it, but discussing the merits and demerits. But talking, we can talk about it. Therefore, IAMMARWA has never done any wrong whatsoever, because he never targeted or talked to merits and demerits of the case. Well, I want to talk of the piece because the IAMMARWA exudation towards that case itself portends a threat and portends a dimming or portends what we call a glooming future for its GINTU. And it also tells a lot on how GINTU content creation trajectory, because we are not seeing the erotic GINTU. We are not seeing GINTU's is so hellbent of stalking IAMMARWA's and the Undari's families going forward. Guys, let's listen to that information, then we'll come and put everything into perspective going forward.
Somebody says, Maro, why can't you see and take them to court? Some people are in court, they are crying for my mercy. They are saying, Maro, forgive me, Maro, forgive me. They are sending people to my home. You know, sometimes people think it's a joke until they get served, until they get arrested, until they coach witnesses, and witnesses, they pay them, and witnesses don't show up in court. That's when they realize, oh, actually, this is serious. When they bribe and they realize their bribe can't even work, then I
believe you've watched the video.
So let's talk about
and it's quite simple and a statement that I've got a heavyweight. The video itself revealing 3 important things. While its GINTU is appearing and gallivanting left and right in this YouTube street, and appearing to be like a mighty giant, underneath, Gintu is suffering a major blow. It is not only Gintu, but the Gintus and the family. To a level that Gintu came and paraded the brothers who is a military in front of people, threatening people in this YouTube street. It tells you one, it was tantamount to intimidation. Have you ever seen people who fear facing a bull by its own? They will involve themselves into tactics to threaten, to intimidate, so that if you come towards them wagging your tail, then you'll run while calling your tail under your another. That was the tactics. So it reveals it's Gintu who have panicked. Number one, because Gintu have already decided to do unconventional things, even sending an emissaries to IAMMARWA's compound, to IAMMARWA's father, so that this case itself could go down. And today I want to reveal to you that majority of people that Gintu have used to go and appeal to IAMMARWA, so that IAMMARWA would get it down. Number one, the chief has been used. In fact, the two chiefs. The chief where Gintu coming from, and the chief within the Nyaboanze area have been in touch to come and talk Ondari out, so that Ondari would talk to the son, who is IAMMARWA, to make things out. But the issue rests with the IAMMARWA, because most of the time IAMMARWA has never met these people eye to eye, because IAMMARWA don't want to meet them. The person who they've met, if they've met IAMMARWA's dad, who is Ondari, but through the chiefs and the village elders. That alone has already been thwarted, because IAMMARWA doesn't want to hear none of it. If you remember, the kid Sigano, that's the sister Sugintu, at one point came and ranting. He came ranting because the meeting that they scheduled by the chiefs and the village elder, IAMMARWA failed to attend. That's why they came out ranting in this YouTube street. That is number one, and you must mark it. The issue number three, coaching up the witnesses with fabricated kind of stories. And if you want to know the witnesses that are being caught, these are the person who filmed the video during the construction site. And this one's none other than Lucas the Traveler. And there are two, then another person, I know him, but the name I've forgotten. But I will, maybe during the course of this analysis, if I perchance getting the name, then I will put the name here or at the comment section. So stay tuned. So Lucas the Traveler have been caught. That's why you see the Lucas the Traveler went straight to the lazy gang and did a video. Then Lucas the Traveler was the one being used and being coached on how to go and testify what he saw. But the tragedy itself, Lucas the Traveler has been given money, and I've been talking all nonsense on this YouTube street. But I've never decided to appear on court because he fears being caught, he fears being arrested. Because he knows all those the things that they're saying is for the gram, is not for the court. Now proving them will be so difficult. Now you see how sometimes people are very evil. Some people are very evil. Some people are very evil. So all these things are failed. Number three is the issue of the trajectory of his Gintu now using the sister to using the sister to go and reach Mr. Kohera. And Mr. Kohera have tried to talk about this issue along this YouTube street so that the IAMMARWA's family could calm down in talking. Because most of it, if you hear Kohera family vexing on this YouTube street, is referring to the issue of the street, that arresting its Gintu will be tantamount of arresting the old villagers. Now you understand. It's a narrative that it was being fed to give a perception that if Gintu is arrested, that means the old villagers it's arrested, that IAMMARWA is going against the norm of arresting its Gintu. So such kind of sponsored narrative have really failed. Now its Gintu has been left a lonely man. Its Gintu has been exposed to a point whereby he risks being jailed for almost 20 years imprisonment and with a fine not less than 5 million or both. So this is the effect of its Gintu being used by its subscribers to stalk IAMMARWA, to defame the kind of the family. Now, what was the effect of that? The effect of that now, Gintu has calmed down. Gintu has come to the reality that things are no longer the way he thought. While in the cocoon, they've decided never to talk about it because one court refrained them. Because he must obey the bail order. In an event that Gintu will be found going against the bail order, then Gintu will be rearrested back to the prison. That is the trajectory. And that's why IAMMARWA is telling us that these people, they don't know until when they are served the court papers, until they are arrested and facing the case, is when they will run at the background, using people telling them, please talk to us. And the deputy OCS also in this. But the issue rests with IAMMARWA. And if I'm not misquoting IAMMARWA, at one point IAMMARWA said, if it's the issue that Gintu wants to be pardoned, therefore all these things must be done within the precincts of the court. That they will go to the court. After the court hearing, then within the magistrate or within the judge will lead it so that the mediation would be done, and this mediation must be subjected to other kinds of parameters, that Gintu must be given orders on how to operate going forward, such that in any point a clause also must be left that if Gintu misbehave going forward, therefore IAMMARWA will go to court anytime for Gintu apprehension and face charges going forward. And that alone is the message that Gintu have taken it so calm. The erotic Gintu has disappeared. The Gintu is a bully has disappeared. You know, all of it. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a message that IAMMARWA dropped to the young content creators that are coming up, so that in their meaningful and constructive engagement with people during their content creation, this message itself is as wisdom. That's why most of the time I've been telling people the bigger pictures of content creation that when IAMMARWA is doing, it's always to learn from the best. But if we cannot learn from what IAMMARWA is telling us, then it is the foot or the gap that I'm bridging, so that I relay this information back in a better term possible that you people could grasp and understand. We all understand IAMMARWA's video most of the time are long, but people who maybe because of their background of ever being busy, people who sometimes doesn't like watching long videos, it's now incumbent upon us to watch the long video. Therefore, we break it into simpler, palatable, grasping information that you people can grasp it so fast so that you understand. I hope this information will be distilled. What is my role here today? My role here today is to break down the IAMMARWA's information and messages that he left for YouTubers. Perhaps let's go straight away and watch it with between the line.
Oh, me, I don't get support. I wish somebody can support me. The real YouTube is you work hard, you do something and people support you. And support does not mean people directly giving you money. Support could simply mean even people just watching you the way they watch Maro. Just like that. That also is beyond support. But nowadays, I think people believe that YouTube you should have a sponsor. But the truth is, people can actually support you, okay? Because maybe somebody sees, okay, this guy is really working hard. He doesn't have a camera. I don't mind sacrificing a dinner date that I should have with my family to just support this guy back in Africa to support himself. But that does not mean that you, as the person being supported in Africa, should forget what you're supposed to do, which is build a conclusive or a very strong, concrete YouTube channel. And then you take your ear now to, oh, I'm looking for a sponsor. Who can sponsor me? Even me as Maro, people really support me. Like the other day, I lost solar panels from a disaster. And the following day, I woke up, people had really supported me. And even I was making jokes that in the last live stream, that some people were not even happy for people to support me. Can you imagine, like somebody, and I said this last time, that some people who didn't support me were not happy that people are supporting me. So, but to be in the safe side of life, the best thing you should do is make YouTube videos, and those YouTube videos will support you. YouTube videos should support you, not a sponsor, not a donor.
That is the information and the message that Ammara passed to the villagers. The reasons why I wanted to break this information is because I've seen it somewhere, most of the naysayers misconstruing Ammara's information to mean other things. While other people started comparing Ammara, Ammara is being supported and it's telling us otherwise, which means he doesn't want us being supported. No, that is not the information that Ammara was passing across. And this is where I'm most useful in, so that I come and I give you the story and into perspective that you can decode it. Ammara was talking, majority of people joined YouTube because they saw IAMMARWA doing well and the people around IAMMARWA are building. Majority of people never joined YouTube because they want to do content creations. They joined YouTube because they want good things that IAMMARWA is having. The good things that IAMMARWA is having, with the people surrounding IAMMARWA is having, is not because they have YouTube. It is because the translation of their creativity within the YouTube street, building a support base that can support, and people outside will visualize their consistency, their creativity, and supporting them through watching their videos generating income. It is so different when somebody wants to join YouTube because I've seen either Mayugno is having a villa, Maro has built a villa, so I want a villa. The main theme of YouTube creation, joining a YouTube itself and being a partner, is to create content, a meaningful content, a constructive content, which in turn translate into a conclusive kind of an audience who intends to support you, that generates an income in terms of watching you, and that is what should supporting you going forward. Within the YouTube precincts or in the process of creating content, there are people who would want to support you in one way or the other, either super chat. Somebody would want to donate to you directly because somebody has visualized how hard work you are, that he would want to take you to the next level. But it is not a place where sympathy, a place where somebody will turn himself or herself to be so vulnerable to be helped. Ammara is telling us and telling people, the young YouTuber don't know, because they come into the YouTube street because they saw somebody being bought a motorcycle, but they did not know the reasons why this person is being bought a motorcycle. Other people who are bought the motorcycles were built for because their content, they continue creating contents that are inspiring these people. But other people open the YouTube channel, once they've been given a shout out, they start a YouTube, then they stop posting video expecting to get a sponsor, expecting to get the donation, which means the most of smaller channels that existing went into IAMMARWA's party. Others went for a shout out, mainly for one thing, donation, in the name of sponsor. For example, we have the only widow in Nyabohanze. You see the problem? There is no any content that is so meaningful from that Nyabohanze widow. All that she does is either exposing herself as the only widow, therefore waiting the people who could come and support her to build for her. But there is no content that she does that is so meaningful. Or the negative naysayers, they will come and defame IAMMARWA in whatever collateral life, so that they could be donated for, because that's how they generate the income. And this is the reasons why most of the YouTubers who joined YouTube at IAMMARWA's party, those YouTube are dead like dodo, because the main aim was looking for sponsors and donators. In such that they were never spotted. There's no sponsor who just helped them. The YouTubes are down because they are saying there is none. There's nothing they can do in the YouTube. Others were just selfish and greedy. They just want to be IAMMARWA in 2 weeks, which cannot. That's why IAMMARWA is telling you, work on your content creation. Create content that people can watch. Stop the negativity. Being hard work itself, the YouTube can sustain you without donation. An example is yours truly. I've never met IAMMARWA, and I've been doing this content positively for a period of 2 years. After I was monetized, the content gives me money. In fact, this YouTube street, sometimes, how many number of times? It's just only this month somebody donated to me $100 as a super chat. I didn't know. After doing my content, I went sleeping. Then when I woke up, 100 USD. It's the only thing I got. I don't always get super chats, but I normally get something like 350 to 400 USD every month doing my video, because the consistency itself, being creative and being on the side of positivity, pays. When you want the person from the village, they have got all the necessary resource that they can meet IAMMARWA being taught. Therefore, they misuse the opportunity. This is the information that IAMMARWA was putting forth, but the majority of people couldn't really understand. Once you remove drama from your content creation, you be just so creative. Therefore, you'll make it going forward. I normally tell you, your hard work is what is being rewarded. Nobody will reward you because they see sympathy, that you appear vulnerable. But people from the West always reward the hard work. That's why people have got problem in IAMMARWA is being rewarded, because they view IAMMARWA as having everything. IAMMARWA is a millionaire. Yes, IAMMARWA is a millionaire. Then the people back from home saying, why do you contribute to IAMMARWA? IAMMARWA doesn't deserve it. No. We all know that IAMMARWA has got money. He's a millionaire. That's a fact. But is him being continued, being supported by the YouTube, these people is not only supporting IAMMARWA, but they are supporting IAMMARWA's craft. They are supporting IAMMARWA positive attributes of hard work. Therefore, in the West, you must be a millionaire or a billionaire, but you'll still be supported with the monetary materials because of the hard work you exhibit on this YouTube street. So the West will only support or reward your hard work. It doesn't matter your genetical codes, it doesn't matter your status within the community, but that hard work is what IAMMARWA it's being rewarded for. So we have to distinct the information that's going forward. So for the people who have been saying and feeling bad for IAMMARWA when IAMMARWA is being supported, now you must get to know the clear line. People from the West doesn't reward laziness. They don't reward pity. They reward hard work. They reward merit. And that's why IAMMARWA, being a millionaire or the rich man, is still being rewarded because of his hard work, because of conclusive kind of audience that he has already put in place. That's why the reward IAMMARWA deserve. So guys, let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is your boy Senior Zach.